Three Dodgers that could be cut tomorrow. Also, we've got an exclusive with Mookie Betts. Checked in with him today at the Dodgers annual Thanksgiving turkey grab and go. Also, going to sell you on Munetaka Murakami, why the Dodgers should consider signing him. Try to talk you out of it too. Also, Corey Seager on the trade block. Should the Dodgers pick up the phone, call Chris Young, and try to get Seager back to L.A.? And also, Blake Snell trolls a fan in the best way possible. All that more coming up next on Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball. Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You got it, Warrior Parade! We got it, Parade! The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series!
Ohtani starts the 50-50 clock.
Mookie magic!
Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Live from the heart of Los Angeles, this is Dodgers Dugout Live with your host, Doug McKain.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. My name is Doug McKain. I cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Dmac_LA. If you haven't yet, do us a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Drop a like. Drop a comment if you want to support every single episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. And also, this show is brought to you by GearUp.LA, the official merch store of Dodgers Nation. You can pick out lots of championship gear over there. You can pick out our latest shirts. And also, it's brought to you by the LA Sports Report. That's my new channel, my new show dedicated to all LA sports. We did some Dodgers there today, talked some Tarek Skubal. Also, the Lakers. They were done with the Bus Bros. We'll talk about that over there. Chargers, Rams, USC, UCLA, all things LA sports. We get some Kings, LAFC in there as well. But today's poll question of the show, should the Dodgers trade for Corey Seager? Right now, 61% of Dodger fans say yes. So think about that. The majority of Dodgers fans saying yes to Corey Seager. We'll talk about a rumor involving Corey Seager just for fun. And we're going to bring back the buy or sell. I'm going to try to sell you on Munetaka Murakami. I got some comments. Yep, guys, this is a little Dodgers Dugout Live After Dark. We got Justin. What up, Dmac? We got Brian. Let's go, Dmac. Yes, I'm going to give you a Let's Go Dodgers for that. We got Juice Narrows, Dmac After Dark, Dmac the Tortoise Slayer from Ray Soda, Lucy Park, Dmac is on. Justin, there's my therapist. Don Kim, let's go, Dmac. What is up? We got Keith Potter Seager to third base. Down Corey gets traded. Trade Muncie. Yeah, I see the comments down below. We got, oh my man, check it out. We got Noise by Noel. Everyone wish Noel well. He has just had a procedure on his knee. He's on the 60-day. He'll be ready for spring training for sure. Noise by Noel says, hey, Doug, longtime fan of the show. Thanks for this late night edition of Dodgers Dugout Live. Woohoo! Let's give Noel Let's Go Dodgers, too. We've got Bring Seager back, BC, Go Dodgers. Hey, what's up, D-Mac, Ellis Shiva Jones? Yeah, I just want to show you guys a lot of love down below before we get into it. Because, of course, it's Dodger baseball, 24/7, 365. Lots of Dodger baseball to get into. So much Dodger baseball to get into. So let's get right into it.
Leading off, the hottest story in Dodger baseball.
All right, leading off the hottest story in Dodger baseball, we're going to get to those three Dodgers that could be cut tomorrow, could be non-tendered. Got my thoughts on that. But first, today, we were in South Los Angeles. Mookie Betts, Sean Stockman of the legendary R&B group Boys to Men. And I did get a chance to talked to Mookie Betts a little bit. He was out there. Fans are loving him. He was handing out turkeys, him and his wife, Brianna. It was a great scene. The music, the vibe, it was awesome. Giving back. Mookie Betts loves to give back. A lot of athletes, not going to name names, but there are ones that will just show up at these events, take a couple of pictures just for social media, and then boom, hop back in the Escalade, hop back in the Rolls Royce, and I'm gone. Not Mookie Betts. He stays there for a good amount of time. He wants to help. He wants to have an impact on this community, and he certainly has. And one thing I asked Mookie Betts about was, hey, your connection with the city of Los Angeles. The fact that next year, believe it or not, before you blink, Mookie Betts has been with the Dodgers going on 7 seasons. Can you believe it? Feels like just yesterday that trade fell through. You were waiting all day for it to come back, and then it all of a sudden did. The Dodgers acquired David Price and Mookie Betts. And as Mookie Betts has pointed out himself, the rings didn't start until Mookie joined the team. And now Mookie will have played more seasons with the Dodgers than he did with the Boston Red Sox. And I think that's pretty cool. You can start to think about Mookie Betts with a Dodgers LA logo on his plaque when he goes into Cooperstown. And that's great because Mookie Betts has been a difference maker. He's been worth that $365 million. Yes, the offensive numbers were down this year for most of the season. But, hey, I'll never forget that big 2-run single he hit in Game 6 after slumping. He certainly played his role. And it was Mookie Betts who turned that 6-3 double play to get the Dodgers their 9th World Series title and their back-to-back title. And here is Mookie Betts today down in South L.A. at the annual Dodgers Thanksgiving grab and go.
And next season will be your 7th with the Dodgers. That'll be more than with the Red Sox. Just talk about your connection with the city of Los Angeles and what it means to you to be a part of the city.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but it has been a long time. And ever since I've been here, at first it was COVID, so it was kind of a beautiful thing. I got to kind of ease my way into the city, and it's just been love from day one. And I love being a Dodger. I love the city of LA, and that's why I'm out here today.
Mookie, how excited are you to be involved in this event again? You got all these people out here, a lot of faces smiling and excited about this event. How important is this to you to give back and be a part of this?
I mean, it's always super important. Like I said, the platform that I'm blessed with, I want to share it with everyone. So anytime you can bring smiles to people's face, it's always a good thing. Different communities need different things, and so that's why you kind of do different activations. And so for us, we can kind of cover a wide range of things, and especially when you have kids involved, it's really not that hard. Just kind of being there, giving them the basic necessities, and then just being there to support them. That's really all it is.
And Mookie, you've been celebrating another World Series this offseason, parties and stuff. How surprised were you that Freddie Freeman hit that worm like that?
That was. It's actually not that surprising. Freddie is a really good athlete and he's a really good dancer. Obviously, hitting all the doubles and whatnot. So, seeing him get down, it's just a big body getting down there, but he looked graceful doing it.
Have you given yourself a chance to just kind of reflect on the season, and when you kind of get ready to get that mindset to go three-peat? You want to fill that whole hand with rings, right?
Yeah. I've kind of turned the page on it now. I'm back working out and whatnot. It seems like we just finished. So, but yeah, I'm back working out, get my body ready to handle another shot at it for sure.
Do you take a break during this time? Do you go pick up a bat for a month or something?
Yeah, I won't hit. I'll probably start hitting at the beginning of December. So yeah, take the part of the month of November off and get away.
So there was Mookie Betts. Really cool to catch up with him. I actually asked him after too. Hey, he's getting ready, and he'll be ready to play shortstop again. And he also said that no, they will not be having the worm as the Dodgers' new hit celebration. So great to see Mookie Betts, and this is the perfect lead into our next topic. That is the shortstop position. That is the future of the infield for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the question is, how long does Mookie play shortstop? Will they bring back Miguel Rojas? Will they develop Alex Freeland? Well, the big news on the trade rumor front today is from the Athletics' Ken Rosenthal. And Ken Rosenthal reported that Corey Seager, his top landing spots, well, hey, the Braves are one of 8 teams on his no trade list. And the Braves, they certainly have a need at the shortstop spot. They certainly could use someone like Corey Seager. You got Ronald Acuna Jr. and you got Austin Riley. You got a lot of talent there. And there's a lot of reasons why a guy like Corey Seager would want to go to a team like Atlanta. But hey, I think the fact that he has the Braves in his no team list, his trade list, where he's saying, okay, we're not going to go there, it kind of says that there's a world where he's very selective about where he wants to go. And the Yankees are not on Corey Seager's no trade list. It is believed the Yankees have what Texas needs in Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, and Ben Rice. You got catchers, you got some pitchers. But there's a report from Ken Rosenthal saying the Rangers could trade Corey Seager to cut payroll. And earlier this offseason, when it kind of got going, Rosenthal did say just a couple weeks ago that the Rangers are, quote, virtually certain to cut payroll, but that Corey Seager, Jacob deGrom, and Nathan Eovaldi are, quote, almost certainly not among the players that they intend to part with. Now, Corey Seager is still owed a lot of money, $186 million to be exact, $31.5 million per season through 2031. So that's a lot of team control. You're going to have to give up top prospects if you want to get him. And then you have to consider kind of where he's at and how he's performed at this stage of his career. And really, just kind of looking at his numbers, he's still really good. I mean, last year he had 271, 373 on base, a 487 slug, hit 21 home runs and 445 plate appearances. He was 7th among all shortstops in Fangraphs wins above plate replacement in Fangraphs F-WAR, despite just playing 97 games due to the injuries. Now, we know that he's dealt with injuries throughout his career. His time with the Dodgers was marred by injuries at times. The rotator cuff, just kind of getting banged up here and there, broken hand. We know that. But Corey Seager on the block, it's kind of interesting. Would it happen? Would they even trade him? It's no guarantee. But Ken Rosenthal is not someone that's just going to throw that out there just to say, okay, we're just going to do it. That's probably not going to be it. I mean, you'd get him for his age 32 to 37 season, so you get him for 6 years, 186, 189 million. The con for Corey Seager, he's missed games. He really has. I mean, he missed 43 games, 40 games. He's missed 60 games. I mean, the injuries have piled up, and typically with injuries, you don't avoid injuries. I mean, usually the injury risks kind of go higher. But man, is he clutch? Does he rake? Would that be something? I mean, it certainly would. It certainly would. I mean, on 2024, he was placed on the IL with right hip discomfort. He had a sports hernia on his right side. He missed the remainder of the 2024 season. But still, it would 123 games, hit 30 home runs, slug 512, had a 278 batting average. Last year, 102 games, 21 home runs in 50 RBI in 25 games. You saw what he did in 2023 to win the World Series MVP. And just kind of looking at how life has been for Corey Seager since we last saw him in Dodger Blue. Since we last saw him in Dodger Blue, you're talking about a guy that, man, this guy just absolutely is consistent as a hitter. He is a better defender too. I mean, you look at just last year. Last year he was a 4 outs above average in the 85th percentile. He's one of the slowest players in the league as far as percentile rankings go, in the 8th percentile, 25.3 feet per second. Doesn't have a great arm, but all the peripherals as far as barrel rate, elite. Hard hit percentage, elite. Average exit velo, elite. Expected slug, elite. Expected batting average, elite. Still strikes out a good amount, 27.9% of the time. In the 27th percentile. Doesn't chase much. Is elite when it comes to walk rate, a 13% walk rate in the 93rd percentile. So that's certainly elite for sure. And the question is, too, I mean, how has that production looked with the Rangers? How has that production looked since we last saw him? And since he signed with the Rangers, since he signed that monster contract, 344 games from 344 games, and Corey Seager, well, yeah, man, that really hurt when he left. I'm not going to lie. But you add the games, and you look at where he's really excelled, and he's still he's an above average hitter. So would you want Corey Seager? There's a lot to think about. I mean, it is a commitment. The question too is, does Corey Seager consider moving to third base? And you're looking for some left-handed power, a guy that I think would profile at third base well. I don't think that he would be someone that would be a negative there for sure. So there's that. And then you also look at the injuries, the contract. This was out of left field. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's a late night show, kind of thinking about it. But, man, can you imagine Corey Seager somehow ending his career with the Dodgers, somehow coming back here? Be a lot of fun. Be also a lot of money. And just kind of look at how he's fared. So since signing with the Rangers, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Parts of 4 seasons, 495 games, 2,177 plate appearances. He's hit 117 home runs, 303 RBI, hitting 278 with a 355 on base, a 517 slug, and a 141 weighted runs created plus. So he's been 41% above league average offensively. That's really good. That's pretty fantastic. And I think for me, this is an interesting offseason. We're talking about, do you bring back Cody Bellinger? Now we're thinking, should we entertain the idea of bringing back Corey Seager? Should we re-sign Kenley Jansen? There's this let's get the band back together type of thoughts. I mean, Kike Hernandez is a free agent, so you'd have to bring him back. And it does feel like Mookie Betts is going to, at least right now, play that shortstop position. I mean, here's the thing. If you're willing to trade for Corey Seager, and commit to $189 million for the remainder of his contract, I mean, you could get younger and sign Bo Bichette for around the same price. I mean, yeah, Bo Bichette could get north of 200, maybe 208 million, something in that range. But you're talking about around the same price for a position change type of player that can rake. Of course, one's from the left side, one's from the right side. One's been dominant in the BC. There's no question about Seager being better than Bellinger. No one's debating that. But, yeah. Well, and the other thing, too, is you're having to give up. You're going to have to give up some prospects. But also, too, I think you wouldn't have to give up, like, the entire farm or anything like that just because you're absorbing a big chunk of change. Who knows? Maybe the Rangers are willing to pay down some of that just to get him off the books. So we're kind of in the initial stages, the information gathering stages of bringing Corey Seager back. The other thing, too, is here's the thing. Corey Seager, and if you guys saw my interview with Andrew Friedman, I was the first person to ask Andrew about, hey, what happened with Corey Seager? Everyone thinks that you just let him walk. And Andrew Friedman said something to me that opened my eyes about the whole Corey Seager thing. And he said, hey, in negotiations, when someone signs somewhere, you can only sign a player or respond to a contract negotiation or make a better offer if you are presented with an opportunity to do that. And essentially, what Dodgers president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman, told me was the Dodgers really did not get an opportunity to try to either match what the Rangers offered him at $325 million. And yes, with the California state taxes over 13% and all the facts and figures, to really match what the Rangers gave him, the Dodgers would have had to bend to 380 and very close to 400 if you're going dollar for dollar. But Scott Boras and Corey Seager did not go back to the Dodgers and say, hey, can you match this? That's not what happened. I can tell you that from speaking to the president of the Dodgers, Andrew Friedman. And I think that's also telling in this that Corey Seager did not want to be a Dodger. Corey Seager was not interested in pushing to establish those roots here, did not love living in Southern California to the point where he said, okay, I want to be here long term. Now, maybe something's changed, and that could absolutely be the case. He's older now. He kind of won a World Series there. Who knows? I mean, we all thought that maybe he could be the Yankee player, right? Thanks, Serge. Appreciate you. But we all know that. So it's just a lot of interesting things in play. There's not even any rumors right now even linking him to the Dodgers. There's not. And who knows? Maybe he gets his dream of being a Yankee. We all remember what happened when Corey Seager and the Dodgers went there in 2016, and he played Jeter's spot at the shortstop spot and how much that meant to him. Maybe eventually they get something done for that. But it's definitely something to ponder, something to chew on this offseason and how it impacts the Dodgers in one way or another. Whether they get him, whether they are showing any interest in getting him, whether they look to he goes to a team that they could be playing. The injury history is concerning because Corey Seager, it's tough to, and look, I think the Dodgers don't look at the regular season and say, oh gosh, we have to win 150 games, right? And have to win 120 games and finish with the best record. They don't view that, but at some point you wonder how poorly the back half of that contract ages. The last 3 years could be absolutely brutal with that one. But maybe if he changed position to third after next year, Max Muncy's, they picked up his club option, $10 million. There are some questions moving forward at third base. Could Corey Seager be a long-term fit at third base? That's another thing to consider as well. All right. Let's switch to the non-tender candidates. Who are the three Dodgers I was talking about? Who are the three Dodgers that I was talking about when it comes to guys that could get cut tomorrow? And right now, there's three guys that are non-tender candidates. Brock Stewart's one, set to make $1.4 million. He is expected to miss a good portion of the 2026 season. He did have a debridement surgery. That's not a long recovery. At that price, I don't see why you would cut Brock Stewart. I wouldn't see a reason to non-tender a guy at $1.4 million. To the Los Angeles Dodgers, they would view that as, hey, that's good depth. He's someone that could help us during the season, during the postseason, potentially, if things go right for him. He was really good at getting out right-handed hitters last season. I don't think they're going to non-tender Brock Stewart. Next option would be Anthony Banda. He's set to make $1.7 million. He's out of minor league options. And Anthony Banda, he had a mostly up year last year. And I know that a lot of people are down on Anthony Banda. I don't understand why. Because, yes, he struggled in the World Series. He was pivotal, gave you some big moments there against the Phillies in the NLDS, and it wasn't a part of the wild card. But overall, I mean, this is exactly the kind of pitcher the Dodgers need to eat innings and hold it down in the regular season. 71 games, a 3.19 ERA, a 3.64 expected ERA, 61 strikeouts, a 34 walks, and 65 innings of work. And he has had those rough stretches, but he's also been really consistent and really dependable for long stretches. He got off to a slow start this season, and then he really picked it up, and all of a sudden, he pitched in the most games in 2025 for the Dodgers. No Dodgers pitcher took the mound more than Anthony Banda did for the Dodgers in 2025. And it was a little different this season. Last year, 3.18 ERA, a 3.08 ERA. This year, 3.18. Pretty similar results from an ERA standpoint, but it was a different attack plan. He did not use that four-seam fastball as much. He relied on that slider a lot more, and the BABIP was very low. His batting average on balls in play was low, so he definitely benefited from some good fortune that went his way. The issue with Banda was not trusting the fastball enough, and also the walk rate above 12%. And his stuff is just not good enough to get away with a 12+% walk rate. He's got a 23.2% strikeout rate in the last couple of seasons. That's below average. So he still has velocity, 96, 97. I was talking to him throughout the season about kind of using that changeup possibly more and kind of just refining and tinkering with that pitch mix to be more effective and consistent. But hey, he's arbitration eligible for one more year. He's set to reach free agency at the end of 2027. He's cheap, and he eats a lot of innings. There's no reason why you would cut Anthony Banda. I don't see any reason why you would cut Anthony Banda. I've seen some people say they should cut Anthony Banda. I don't know why you would cut Anthony Banda. For that price, it doesn't make any sense. We saw this Dodgers team last season just continue to use pitcher after pitcher in the regular season. And that continues to be a trend, not just for the Dodgers, but throughout all of Major League Baseball. And we've seen that. And last year, the Dodgers, they used so many pitchers. They used 40 pitchers in 2024. And then in 2025, you saw that number just explode early on in the season, and you're seeing a Dodgers team just have to use pitcher after pitcher. So why would you cut down any of these guys? The Dodgers last year used 40 pitchers. Again, they matched 2024. So there's no reason to move on from Anthony Banda. There really is not. I mean, I know people don't love the fact that, yes, he did struggle in the World Series. The World Series, he gave up 6 earned runs, and there was that implosion that he had when he goes in the game, and the Dodgers, they ended up losing that game 4. Wasn't his best night. But he did give you a really big game. He did give you some big innings in the NLCS against the Brewers. He pitched very effectively, had the one hold against the Brewers in Game 3. He was good against the Phillies, had a moment. But all in all, he did have a 9.53 ERA in the postseason. But it's just about the price. I mean, you're just talking about the price for Anthony Banda. It's the price. Now, I don't think he's going to be non-tendered. I'd be absolutely shocked if he was. The next guy, Evan Phillips. Now, this is a little different story just because Brock Stewart, $1.4 million, Anthony Bonda, $1.7 million. And the kind of the knock on Bonda, of course, is that he's out of minor league options. So you're out of options. You got to be a part of that bullpen. I still think when you look at the lefties, you got Tanner Scott, you got Jack Dreyer, you got Alex Vesia. I think they love the durability and just the pitchability of Anthony Bonda. But Evan Phillips is a different story because he's at $6.1 million, and he's going to miss a good portion of the 2026 season. We could see him back by the All-Star break. And Evan Phillips is a guy that he's already committed to getting back on that mound. I talked to him a couple different times, and look, hey, it's baseball. He understands that guys are going to get injured, and he wanted to pitch in the World Series. He's missed it now for 2 straight years. But I still think he's a guy who can help you. I mean, on May 30th, he had the Tommy John surgery, and it was early enough in the season where, hey, you look at the return. If Evan Phillips can come back and help you towards the back half of next season, that could be something to look forward to. That could be a way to look at the trade deadline next year and say, hey, you're going to get Evan Phillips back. You're going to get Evan Phillips back. And I just kind of talking to him a couple different times, he kind of got me a little bit with the beer on after one of the rounds. I mean, he's in good spirits. And I think this Dodger team realizes, hey, in 2024, they made him pitch so much. 2023, they lean on him heavily. That I think that not only do they want to just kind of do right by him by making sure they take care of him. I mean, there could be a world where you see a Tommy Kahnle type of deal with Evan Phillips, where you try to get an extra year added on, and then it works for the Dodgers and it works for him. I mean, the Dodgers are just trying to get value out of these guys because they know that it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game with that. Will Klein, I see. I'm going to have Will Klein on the show next week. He'll be joining us. Excited about that. Kenley Jansen. I'm doing some announcements here, I guess. Kenley Jansen will be joining me very soon, which is exciting. Can't wait to talk to Kenley Fornia. But I do think that Evan Phillips is a guy who can help this team. Even at $6.1 million, even though it seems like a lot for a guy that you're going to get half a season out of, I would not be surprised to see a year tacked onto that because he's still been really, really good when he's on the mound. And he's not someone that relies heavily on velocity. He's not one of those guys. It's the sweeper, it's the cutter. Those are two pitches that he can get healthy, and he can immediately start helping this team. So I don't think they're going to non-tender any of these three guys. Now, could they get cut? They could. Will they? I don't think so. Cody Bellinger was a different situation. Position players, all in all, are different situations because they got to remain on the roster and positions, and if you don't have a role for them, it just makes it very tough. But for pitchers that you can stash, that are coming off of injuries, there's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of ways that you can keep them on. And I just don't expect any of these three guys to get non-tendered. I just don't expect it. I expect these guys to survive, and I think that's the right case. I really do. I mean, Brusdar Graterol has held some health issues too. I mean, he's at $2.8 million. He's a guy that they really think doesn't need a long rehab, and he's been liking a lot of Dodgers posts, so I don't know if that's an indication, but the truth is, Evan Phillips and Brusdar Graterol, are they going to be worth the amount that they're going to be paid? Probably not. But in a world where you need volume, you need as many guys as you can to get through those innings, and these are guys that have been your guys in the past, it really would make sense to just keep all of them. It really would. I mean, who knows if the Dodgers have different plans, they want to really shuffle things up, but that's kind of where they're at from the non-tenders. But let me know. Do you guys think they should move off him? Brusdar earns $1 million per game. Dodgers are smart and good enough to stash pitchers, flexes. That's the thing, too. All right, guys. So next, you guys know we've been playing this game. with the buy or sell. I'm going to sell you on the idea of Munetaka Murakami. I'm also going to tell you why the Dodgers shouldn't sign him. Coming up next here on Buy or Sell. So Munetaka Murakami, you see right here, Yoshinobu Yamamoto out having dinner. Third baseman for Team Samurai of the WBC. Dude can straight up rake from the left side. Dude is absolutely explosive when it comes to power. Question is, will that power translate? Are the Dodgers going to be interested? How aggressive would the Dodgers be? And, of course, you guys know, when I do this segment, I've got my Dodgers jacket on. Got my Dodgers suit jacket because I'm selling you on these guys. I'm trying to sell you, and I'm also trying to talk you out of it. It's just a fun way of doing pros and cons. I got my Dodgers used cars salesman jacket on. But let's start with the pros. Let's start with the reasons why. Let's start with the reasons why you would consider signing Munetaka Murakami. Let's start with the positives. Start with the pros. What are you talking about? Of course you want Murakami, Andrew. You said yourself, you want to paint Japan Dodger blue. You already have a multi-time MVP position player, a hitter that might play a position one day, might go to the outfield, might play first base, who knows? But right now, Shohei Ohtani is a pitcher and he's a hitter. Yamamoto is a pitcher. Sasaki, a pitcher. Hey, you want to paint the whole country Dodger blue? You want Japan to be all Dodger blue? How about an everyday player that plays in the field? You don't got one of those yet from Japan. Munetaka Murakami, can he play third base at the big league level? That's a major question. Most scouts, most insiders I've spoken with, they tell me that he profiles as a first baseman or a designated hitter. He did play one game in the outfield last year. And hey, guess what? You've already shown us that if you can hit, if you can rake, you'll overlook bad defense. And of course, I'm talking about Teoscar Hernandez. Would the Dodgers do something crazy and just throw Murakami in the outfield maybe for a year or two? And then when Freddie Freeman's contract is out a couple years from now, you put him at first base? Who knows? A couple years from now, does Shohei Ohtani play in the outfield? Who knows? Could he be a DH then? But the reason why you would want to sign Munetaka Murakami is it's not easy to find power left-handed bats. It's not easy. It just does not happen. They don't grow on trees, and it's tough. It really is. I mean, it's a premium, and Munetaka Murakami has 80 grade power, and we're talking about on a scale of 20 to 80. What do you grade a prospect as far as their ability to do whatever it is you're looking for at a specific ability? And what do you grade it as? And he has 80 grade power from the left side. The dude has the potential to be a Kyle Schwarber type of power hitter if everything worked out for him. He's hit 30 or more home runs in 5 of his 7 full seasons in the MPB. He would have done it easily in 2025 if he didn't have an oblique injury that kept him off the field for 2 months. When he did come back with the oblique injury, my man was absolutely cooking with gas. He was raking. He was on fire, hotter than the devil's armpit. Hit 273, had a 379 on base, had a 663 slug. Dude was absolutely raking and also had a 14% walk rate. Had a 390 isolated power. That's slugging minus batting average. Great indication of power. 390 is an elite number. Hits the ball hard. Had a 117 mile per hour laser shot to right. looking at the highlights. This is an MVP. He's a 2-time NPB MVP. Both those years, 2022 and 2023. And he's been above average essentially his entire career in the NPB. His worst year in Nippon professional baseball was in 2019. In his worst year, he was still 14% better than league average. And that was his rookie season. He was just 19. He's been at least 53% better than league average every single year. And this year, he was 210 weighted runs created plus. Had a 210 WRC plus this year. That's 110% above league average. That would be like Aaron Judge territory. He basically was Aaron Judge offensively as far as WRC plus goes in the NPB. The big question, where is he going to play? The Dodgers, will they get involved? Will they talk themselves into it? You got Freddie at first, you got Ohtani at DH. Now, the one way you could fit him onto the roster would be you would trade Max Muncy and then try to have Murakami play third base. And in his first year in the show, that is a big ask. That would be rocking the boat. That would be shuffling the deck a lot. Would they do that just because of the upside? Do they think that Murakami could hit more home runs next season than Max Muncy? That's tough. But it is tantalizing. It is the mystery box of Murakami. So the sell job is that. Another Japanese star. 80 grade power. Could be a 30, 40 home run guy. You get younger. Hits the ball hard. Left-handed power is not easy. If somehow, some way, he found a way to play third, that's a long-term position of need. Those are the sell jobs. All right, let's look at the cons. So the con is that we just talked about it. I mean, he spent most of his career playing third base. Most of 2025, he was at third base. A lot of scouts that you talk to around the industry, a lot of people that have covered baseball in Japan that I've spoken to have told me it's first base and DH. That could change. Who knows? Maybe he impresses you. But there also is the inability to hit for contact. And that's where he really struggles, is just making contact with pitches in the zone. He is extremely boomer bust, and the strikeout rate has gone up. At his peak, when he hit over 50 home runs, he was winning MVPs. That strikeout rate was at 21%. Now it's at 28.8%. And last year was at 28.6%. So the strikeout rates have gone up. And then there's also the financial commitment, too. I mean, he's not going to come cheap. He would be looking at a deal, since he's so young, it could cost you 8 years, $180 million. And on top of that, you would have to pay that posting fee. And the posting fee for the Yakult Swallows, he would have to be paid 20% of the deal. So that'd be, if let's say it's $180 million, you got to pay him $25 million, and then 17.5 the next 25, 15% after that. So you'd be looking at a very hefty posting fee to go out there and try to get him. So it's not like you're buying a project. This is not like last season where the comparison to Hae-Sung Kim would be the fact that Hae-Sung Kim had never played in the show. So there's kind of an unknown. Can he play shortstop? I'm guessing no. I can see that coming. So it'd be a $180 million investment for a guy that's never played in the show and a guy that you don't have a natural defensive position for. But I will say the one reason why I wouldn't just completely rule it out is because the Dodgers understand. A wise man once said, if you want the dub, you've got to slug, right? And last year, they won a World Series despite having below average offense, averaging less than 4 runs per game throughout the postseason. The offense just was not consistently good, and they will overlook bad defense. If you can hit, you will stick. So that's the one thing. And then, hey, Yamamoto, who knows? Does Yamamoto want him? Does Shohei want him? Do those guys want him? If they do, I mean, that would definitely, I think, kind of move the needle and tip the scales a little bit. But, yeah, we got Ichiro, Hideki Matsui, Ohtani. Yeah, it's not every day that the hitters from Japan are going to come over and have success. And the contact rate stuff really scares me. It really, really does. And we'll do some more deep dives. I'm still going to drop my top free agents. I think we're going to do that tomorrow. But that's the sell job, is he really rakes, and he does it at a prolific rate to the point where you kind of have to look at some stuff, right? So, yeah, that's where we're at with that. And I think when you look at where this Dodgers team is as a whole, you're going to feel pretty good about where you're at with the options. And I think that they're just kind of warming up a little bit to where they're going to be at for the remainder of this offseason. And it's going to be a combination of, do we sign Belly? Do we sign Devin Williams? Do we make trades? Brendan Donovan, Byron Buxton, Jarren Duran. Do we sign Murakami? I don't think they're going to dip their toes into the Kyle Tucker waters. That's just, I've looked at it from every angle. I just can't see it. I can't see it. I don't feel it. All right, so now it's your time to shine, though, on the 7th inning stretch.
The 7th inning stretch.
Okay, we have got Seager reunion from Chris. BC, they don't spend the entire length of the contract the first year. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to look at it year by year. We got the real Mike Seager would be a nice platoon guy for 1/3 of the season. Ain't my money from Snafu. We've got Orlando. Fu is going to be a third. Fu's going to be 38. Yeah, it's definitely along the older side. Pooley, 180. Maybe cheap in a year or two. I mean, look at Yamamoto's contract, right? That looks like a bargain, even at $325, because it's a 12-year deal. Get Kyle Schwarber and put Shohei Ohtani in right field. That's a hot take. That's a very, very hot take. And the answer is no, because Shohei Ohtani can still pitch. I'll still give you a let's go Dodgers, though. Ichiro made Major League Baseball look easy. He's a Yankees fan. He can go there for Mike Rodriguez. If I was a Yankees, I would definitely get him in pinstripes, 100%. Imagine Corey Seager with the short porch. I mean, he is big time there. I mean, that would be I think that'd be good. A good move for baseball. I think it would raise their stock. Dmac, I love your jacket. Thanks. Hey, it's my salesman jacket when I'm selling free agents. We got the Sluggernauts. Kev, LA Sports Team Nation. That's the Sluggernauts. I love that. Orlando, agree. We need to trade either Freeman or Mookie while they're still worth something. Those guys aren't being traded, and I don't think there's a lot of teams out there that would take on the remainder of Mookie Betts' contract. And Reyes, 199, appreciate that. Blue, Devin Williams and Dodger Blue. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm not going to throw out my predictions yet, but I think there's a pretty decent chance that the Dodgers end up with Devin Williams. Last of a dying breed, where's Pages stand on his contract? That's from ADG. He's still in arbitration mode, so yeah, you don't have to worry about Pages right now. We got to no to Murakami, no Belly. Josue to Pages going to match in spring training and make the team. It's a hot take. It's a hot take. That's a hot take for sure. Dmac, we're going to get that cap. Join the Discord. Join our Discord. We're going to have these ready for the start of the season. We got to Kim does need to play more next year. Yeah, he told me at the championship parade that his goal was to get himself ready, so he's playing more next year. And I think that's a good goal to have. I mean, he physically doesn't look like he's in bad shape, but I think it's just about showing this organization that they can commit to him. I certainly think they will. Dmac and Finnegan. We got High, Teo, and left. Moving forward, yeah, I think that's a conversation. Dmac, what'd you eat for dinner? Man, what I had some sushi. And honestly, it was Pavilion sushi. So I don't even know if it was that great. Wasn't feeling it, but that's the answer. We've got get rid of Bonda. More Dodgers Torta girls for you. Okay, come on now. Ken, yeah, it's a bruh. Mookie needs to. Yep, Dmac can eat steak 7 days a week. What up, Snafu? Want to see Kim play more in center field. let him show off those wheels. Yeah, it's another thing to really think about is how much does Hae-Sung Kim develop in center field, because he doesn't really have a center field like bat. Lolo wants something, but not sure yet. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. He really doesn't. I mean, the Abreu trade's interesting, Roseman. I think the Red Sox are going to trade either him or Duran. I would definitely keep my eye on one of those Red Sox center fielders for sure. But we'll do a lot of trade talk tomorrow though on Dodgers Dugout Live. But that is kind of where the news stands right now, and then we'll see about the non-tender if things go as we think they will. And I think that you're not going to see anything shocking, right? It's not like the belly day or anything like that, so I don't think there's going to be anything too shocking. So let's just make sure that that we get through that without anything too crazy. I'd rather see Kim play the infield. All right, so running out of time, so let's go to the walk-off.
The walk-off.
Hits the ball to right field. She is gone.
All right, today for the walk-off, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Blake Snell absolutely owned a troll on his stream.
What Bruce say? Vladdy is he in Cancun. Go pick him up and then come over this way. Tell me that. Don't clip it. Come on, let me live my life, please. He had a great series.
First of all, that's how you know Blake Snell's a true streamer, because that's where his brain went right away, knowing that it was going to get clipped, knowing that he was going to get clipped. Hey, let's watch that again.
What Bruce say? Vladdy is he in Cancun. Go pick him up and then come over this way. Tell me that. Don't clip it. Come on, let me live my life, please. He had a great series.
Man, Blake Snell, yeah, me too. Blake Snell cracks me up too. Clearly the guy said Vladdy is your daddy, and we know that he hit that bomb off of Snell early in his start, and that was definitely concerning in Game 5. But still, hey, Blake Snell was great for the Dodgers for most of this postseason, and Vladdy is somewhere in Cancun. I think he threw a little parade for himself in the Dominican, but hey, no hate on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The dude's a straight-up stud, and he's a guy that we would probably love to have in Dodger Blue for sure. But I will say, having said that, Blue Jays lose. Blue Jays lose. So, hey, that was for you, Blake Snell. Okay, maybe you could just use that anytime you get a troll in the comments saying Vladdy is your daddy. Blue Jays lose. Okay, so, hey, I think it's so funny. Oh, the Blue Jays are so classy. Really? I mean, who cares? But all right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Dmac_LA. Do me a huge favor. Join my new channel, the LA Sports Report. We're having tons of fun over there talking all things LA sports. If you're a Lakers fan, if you are a Dodgers fan, we do a lot of Dodgers stuff over there as well. And it's going to be awesome. Live streams over there, good stuff. So definitely join that. Got a giveaway coming up. We did the Clayton Kershaw giveaway. Then we're doing the Luka Doncic jersey giveaway. All kinds of great stuff over there at the LA Sports Report. Search it over on YouTube. Subscribe. Going live over there as well. Got USC Oregon this week. That's going to be big. I think it's going to be 2011 SC going in there against the Ducks. It's going to be great. Yeah, LASR, laser for short. But thank you, Pika Peak. Thanks to everyone out there. Appreciate it. Love you guys. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment on your way out. And remember, we got a super chat here at the end. You resemble British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, the wrestler. Let's go 3-peat and Dynasty. I love that. Pika Peak, the real Mike Petty, BC, Scratch and Beast. Yeah, we're going to do the first Hall of Fame of the Dodgers Dugout Live Show, the number one Dodgers podcast and Dodgers Show on YouTube. So, hey, get ready for that first induction of the Hall of Fame. I meant Fernando today. Not Nando, but I meant a guy named Fernando at Mookie's thing. So, see you guys tomorrow. Remember, nothing, absolutely nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. Until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.